I killed him. I killed my best pal.
They can't hang us. You're telling me.
Well, they're gonna hang us.
What's the matter? You want to kill me?
I'm too young to die.
I object, Your Honor. Order in this court. Get this. Who killed Kurt Robbins? I killed Kurt Robbins.
A few months ago, I made the most beautiful video of a rock you've ever seen. And in that video, I said, I'm sorry I have not posted a video in a while. I've been doing interesting things. Interesting things, albeit unexciting things, which I will tell you about in a future video, probably sometime in the new year. Well, now it is time to tell you what those things were. The story starts in early November. It was just a normal day for me. I just gotten up, ate breakfast, went down to the demolition derby and spun the Popemobile around a few times, you know, as is my wont, when I got this random email out of the blue. Hello, Joseph. My name is Mr. CBS Man. He gave his real name. I'm just using Mr. CBS Man for the video. My name is Mr. CBS Man, and I work for CBS in Boston, Massachusetts. We run a Three Stooges marathon every New Year's Eve. We were looking to see if we could run your fan-made trailer as part of our show this year. I did not see this coming. I made my Three Stooges as a crime drama trailer way back in January, and I noticed it had gotten a little bit of traction, but nothing super big. I certainly wasn't expecting the Boston CBS to ask to air it in their New Year's Eve Three Stooges marathon. I didn't even know Boston had a New Year's Eve Three Stooges marathon. Do I have to respect Boston now? I mean, that's kind of awesome. I haven't really thought much about Boston. I'd had Boston baked beans, and they're all right. They're just kind of a lot of work to chew with little reward. And the accent, I'm not a fan of the accent. It just sounds kind of silly, you know. I wasn't a fan of Cheers either. You know, I watched the whole series thinking maybe eventually I'd like it, but I never did. I like Frasier though, but that's Seattle, not Boston. And as a fake Houston sports fan, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to hate the Red Sox. So yeah, Boston, I was not expecting that. But hey, one of my silly YouTube videos on public television? That's kind of exciting. So I replied, "Hi, Mr. CBS Man. Certainly you can use my trailer. What can I do to help?" Now, it was only after I hit reply that I actually thought to double check and Google to make sure this guy was who he said he was and this was actually legitimate. But yes, he was legitimate, and the point is I did check eventually. Hello, Joseph. Thanks. So there's just a couple things we would need to cover off. First, do you know what resolution you edited the piece in? Is it at least 720 by 1280? We would need this to be airable for broadcast. We have rights to all the shorts, so airing the visual part of this is no issue. Do you know where the music was sourced from? Do you have rights to use that? Finally, would you be okay if we tweaked a couple of the graphics? Mainly the one where it says "the truth will out." We assume it should say "the truth will come out." As far as I know, "the truth will out" is a pretty well-known phrase, you know, like from Shakespeare's day. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know that, right? It's not just me. But yeah, if they wanted to change it to "the truth will come out," sure, that's fine. And the resolution, yeah, the file was edited in 1080. I mean, the resolution is going to be a little lower for the native clips because by nature of them being ripped from DVDs. But it was that middle one, that piece about the music, that really caused my excitement for this project to suddenly plummet like a rock. You see, for years, my hard drive had been getting kind of full on my desktop computer, but I would just keep deleting files and putting off buying an external hard drive because I thought, you know, those are pretty expensive, and hey, if I'm not using these files on my computer anyway, I'll just go and delete them. When it came time again to delete some useless files, instead of buying an external hard drive and storing the old files on that like I should have, I instead figured, hey, all these old YouTube fan trailer files, I'm not going to need those anymore. The videos are already edited and up on YouTube. So I deleted all the source files, including the music I used. And that was the best way I knew how to find that music again and figure out what the title was and what the copyright usage was. I remembered I'd gotten it off of YouTube from one of those small music artist channels, and it said that the music was free to use anywhere, but I just couldn't remember what the name of the song was for me to go back and double check what the copyright usage permissions were. But I figured, okay, it's possible, I'm just gonna have to work really hard at it. So I went to my YouTube search history and scrolled through manually a whole year's worth of video history until I finally found the area where I was searching for music for that particular trailer. And I clicked through all of those videos and it wasn't there. The music for the original trailer I had made was not there. I checked every single video, every single playlist that those videos were featured in. It wasn't there. I guess the artist had deleted it from YouTube or made it private or something. I couldn't find it anywhere. Dang it. Well, that's it. I mean, there's no way a professional broadcasting company is going to air something that does not have all the permissions cleared. I'd gotten my hopes up that, man, this would have been like sort of a, I don't know, not necessarily a big break, but a really cool moment in my YouTube career, so to speak. I was kicking myself. I was so frustrated that I had not purchased a hard drive and I had just deleted those files willy-nilly. This had been my chance and I blew it. So I replied. I said, "Hi, Mr. CBS man. The video was edited in full 1920 by 1080 resolution. I'm fine with changing the graphics. The truth will out is a Shakespearean phrase, so if modern grammar is needed, that's fine." I figured I'd go ahead and sneak that in there. Unfortunately, the big problem is the music. It was copyright royalty free, no attribution required, I know that for sure. Unfortunately, my original audio files have since been deleted, and I cannot find the original song title or artist. It was from a smaller YouTuber, and I believe they have since deleted the song from that platform. And so that was that. They were a big, busy broadcasting company, and if one little thing goes wrong, they're not going to stick around for, "Hi, Joseph. The music could be an issue. We probably couldn't air without assurance that it was cleared. Could you provide without the music? Or we could provide some music options if you wanted to retain creative control of the editing." Wait, they were still interested? Why? Well, okay, if they're offering, I'll take it. Now, since all my original files were deleted, I couldn't just mute the finished video and send that because it wouldn't retain any of the dialogue. So I knew I would have to do some re-editing. "Hi, Mr. CBS man. Since my original footage files are gone, it will take me a few days to rebuild the edit. If you have some music options you could send to me, that would probably be best. That way I can make small timing adjustments in the edit to fit the music perfectly. It would take some extra time to do the re-edit, but hey, the marathon wasn't until New Year's anyway, and it was still November." Well, the next thing he does is he sends me 2 whole playlists from their stock music sites that they had licenses to, and he gave me a bunch of options to try to find music that would fit the trailer like the original music had. And this was the good kind of stock music, you know, the kind you had to pay for. It was really fun searching through all those, trying to find something that fit not just the tone and maybe the instrumentation of the original music, but also the structure, since trailers are all built around the structure of the music. I picked the best one, he sent me the file, and I got to work. Now, I had still kept the original Premiere edit file, so I could match up the timing, but I, of course, had no source files. So I had to get all my DVDs back and rip all the short films I had used. Basically, I had to build the entire thing from scratch. I got it as close as I could to the original trailer, and then I made small adjustments to match the timing of the new music. Plus, I had to make new adjustments to the audio levels and sound effects to match as well. All in all, working in my spare time, it basically took me a full week's worth of work to get the trailer back to a musicless state. I sent it off, and he liked it. We went back and forth for several emails to get little details ironed out. Like, he sent me a DocuSign release form, and then he asked me if I had any social media they could promote and how to pronounce my last name. But something had been bugging me all this time. Why did they want this silly little YouTube trailer? I was not expecting them to be this patient and hold out for me. So before I let Mr. CBS man go forever, I asked this question in one of our back and forth emails. "I'm curious to know how you found my video, and how will it fit into the overall marathon?" Well, Mr. CBS man replies, "I just happened across your video in researching putting together content for this year's Three Stooges special. We are doing a Three Stooges true crime marathon theme. So your video sort of fits right in. We'll probably tease going into it as if it's a new trailer and come out of it crediting you for this great bit of fan work. Ah, now it makes sense. It's a themed marathon and my video just happened to fit the theme so well. And that's why they wanted the video so much. Man, Boston does themed Three Stooges marathons? I'm starting to like this city. Well, come New Year's Eve, the marathon went just like he said. They teased it as if the rumors were true that the Three Stooges were releasing this epic feature-length film, and here's the trailer for it. And then in between some ads for Uber Eats, they promoted my channel and pronounced my last name correctly. Yay! That hardly ever happens. And so Bostonians all over Boston got to see my trailer. So what are some takeaways from the story? Well, I know some takeaways I got was I got to actually feel what it feels like to have some professional recognize my work, someone I don't know and actually want to use it, sort of to be picked up by a distributor, so to speak. And man, it's an exciting feeling. I got really nervous and disappointed when I thought it wouldn't happen. I got to experience the whole range of my emotions from hopey to mopey. And besides that, while I was actually working on rebuilding the trailer, it was an odd experience because I, for once, was not beholden to someone else was beholden to me. If beholden is the correct word I'm thinking of. Usually I'm waiting on someone else to do something for me, like I'm trying to achieve a goal and it depends on everyone else to help me get that to happen. But this time, I could have just not done the work and never sent in the rebuilt trailer and it would have been no skin off my nose and it would have been their problem, not mine. Now, I wouldn't want to do that because I still wanted to be helpful and that wouldn't be very nice to do that to them. But, the point is I could have had a one and it was a new experience for me. But a lesson for everybody, not just me, I think, is the number one takeaway that everyone can get from this story is buy a stinking hard drive. I got this 4 terabyte number from Western Digital for only like $90, and this is the storage size of like 2 of my desktop computers all mashed together into one. So yeah, storage is definitely worth the price. So that's the story of how my fake YouTube trailer got onto broadcast television. And thank you so much for everyone at CBS, especially Mr. CBS Man, for making it happen. And now that it's the new year and I have awoken from my long winter's nap, this channel is ready and raring to go with more content. Not only more fan trailers like the Three Stooges as a crime drama, but also more apathetic fables, more still frame reviews, maybe a video essay here or there. Those probably won't come out all too often because I get all of that itch out on my still frame reviews because those are like mini video essays. But I'm also looking for some new things to do. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I just get bored doing the same things over and over again. So you can expect a new video every Saturday. Or Sunday, if, the week's busy. So, every weekend. Well, not every weekend. I think it's usually like 3 weekends and then I get burned out and so I take a 4th weekend off. So maybe like 3 videos a month, I think is the rough schedule I have. Yeah. This video is done.